I'm Delta Work, and this is Very Merry Delta. Sasha Colby's on the show today, and we talk about Wake and Bake, Loco Moco, and Zippies. But first, do you want to see me go off? Because I think you want to see me go off.
Oh.
Mom!
Are you a lady like me? Introspective, beautiful. Oh, are you intellectual like me? Beguiled by a bargain? You like wild times? Oh, like me? Are you serving the community like me? Well, if you are, then you must be very Delta.
I'm Delta Work, and this is Very Merry Delta, a luxury public access podcast and YouTube talk show where I look gorgeous, speak extemporaneously, and invite fascinating people to sit on the couch and get very merry Delta. Very Merry Delta is for the woman who always purchases a new calendar, especially when they're on pre-sale. But first, let's get into some things that are very Delta. Do you like ranch dressing like me? Well, if you do, then I think you're going to enjoy this taste test. I have 4 different ranch dressings or dippable ranch flavored sauces. So, do I have to start this in any particular place? Now, wait, before I say anything, if I this up, you can't be mad at me. The Diet Coke was different. Like, I was raised on Diet Coke, right? That's why my bones are like falling apart. Ranch is like more, I feel like the last 25 years, ranch became a thing. I'm older than 25. So I don't have as much invested in this. And also, I don't eat ranch dressing from the bottle because I think it tastes gross. So that one I think I'm going to know immediately. I do like Wingstop. The other 2 I have had, but not consistently. Because when I go to McDonald's, I like a sweet and sour. And when I go to Jack in the Box, I usually mix my ranch with teriyaki because I eat them on egg rolls. Okay, first one. I'm not going to guess them off the top, but I will say that this one is like liquidy. I feel like I can taste the herbs in this one. I don't know if that makes a difference, but this seems familiar to me, but I'm not, I want to taste them all and then I want to give a guess. Okay, this one's obviously thick. It's not bad, but it doesn't taste familiar to me. It doesn't. It's thick. I don't really taste the herbs in that one. That tastes like mayonnaise. This sounds really weird, but this tastes like there's like a coolness to it. So it tastes almost dill in a way. Oh, no. I definitely know what that is. I would run from the last one. It's Hidden Valley Ranch from a bottle. And I think that is the grossest dressing on the, like if you go to the aisle and you pick out a dressing, the grossest one is going to be Hidden Valley Ranch. And they're known as the ranch, right? Like everybody else's ranch is supposed to be gauged by that. If you make it from the packet, like those ones that say dips, or it's so good because you mix mayonnaise, you mix milk and that kind of stuff to change it a little thinner or whatever. But from the bottle, gross. And actually, everybody else's ranch at the grocery store is better than Hidden Valley Ranch. Like if you get Great Value or Market Side or whatever it is, it's going to be better. The who's the actor? Paul Newman. It's going to be better. The first one tastes homemade, and I feel like Wingstop is homemade. So I'm going to guess Wingstop. The last 3 are thicker than the first one. Oh, and by the way, I can see the vessels, right? I can see what they're in, and there's no name on them, but they're all in the same like plastic peel away thing. So it's not like they're all different containers and I can just know the container, right? But why does this one give me blue cheese now? Like, it's good, but oh my God. I honestly, I don't want to this up. Because now I'm moded if I it up because people are like, ooh, you can taste whatever. And I'm like, can I though? These 2 are the ones that are throwing me. I should know if one of these is Jack in the Box because I always eat Jack in the Box ranch. However, I usually mix it. So I usually like will dip something. I'll usually get egg rolls, right? They even wear shirts at Jack in the Box that say, I dip my egg rolls in ranch. They have shirts. But I think what's throwing me in here is either I'm used to dipping the teriyaki and the ranch together and then eating the egg roll, but I've never tasted their ranch by itself. Like I would practically put a straw in Wingstop ranch and just drink it. So that's why I'm very confident about that. I'm definitely confident about the last one because I don't like that. Like I can tell you out of these 4, that one is the grossest. And I know it comes from the company that's supposed to be the best at it. They're not the best. Wingstop, Jack in the Box, McDonald's, Hidden Valley Ranch in the bottle.
Yes!
Is that really right?
Yes!
You didn't me up?
No!
You swear?
Yeah, you got it!
Because these 2 were really throwing me. There's actually a similarity between these 2. And I don't really eat McDonald's buttermilk. I usually get sweet and sour, so I don't know that profile. But I knew by eliminating those 2, it would narrow down to these. But I feel like I thought you were fooling me in this one.
No!
I thought you knew. I thought you knew. There is a little bit of street cred in being fat and sassy. You know your ranch, you know your Diet Coke. Bring it. Bring it. Do you want to see how much I love Wingstop Ranch? Do you want to see me take a break? Because I think you want to see me take a break.
Ho, ho, ho.
Are you looking to make 2025 very Delta? Bring some light to yourself or a loved one this holiday season with the purchase of your Very Delta 2025 calendar today at everybodyshopmom.myshopify.com. And don't forget, the calendar pre-sale ends at midnight on December 10th, which means your calendar is most likely to arrive at your doorstep by Christmas. It's time to make your 2025 very Delta.
Ho, ho, ho.
Today's guest is your favorite drag queen's favorite drag queen. She is a Miss Continental, and she is also the winner of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 15. It's my friend, Sasha Colby.
Hi.
Hi, thank you for being here.
So very Delta.
I'm so happy you're here. I wanted to feel very Melakalikimaka, so I mixed hibiscus and the poinsettias, so it would feel like it was that. I didn't want to pander, but I was like, I mean, come on.
No, it's definitely not appropriation. It's appreciation.
Okay, good.
And we're POCs, so.
Right. I guess that matters. I guess that does make a difference. How are you?
I'm, besides the IBS, I'm good.
Okay. Well, I mean, that happens.
Yeah.
It does happen.
9 hours in drag. It'll do it.
And at what point do you have to just stop and say, I have to go to the bathroom? How long will you hold it?
Oh, you know what the funny thing? As soon as, the beginning of the show, every show, I have to pee about 12 times before my first number. And I'm a tape gal, so I will not get ready. So I'm walking around, I'm walking around the dressing room naked because I have to pee about 9 times. But as soon as I'm in it, I could go 4 days.
Really?
And I've done a 4-day binge, so I have done 4 days.
What binge are you on now?
I'm currently binging my my big British Bake Off baking show.
Okay.
Yeah, juniors, so good.
Do you bake? Well, I mean,
I do.
You do bake, but
yeah, I actually do like baking.
You do?
Yeah, I'm a baker, cooker, cleaner when I'm upset, when I have to process. I'm like Monica Geller.
Okay.
Just feverishly cleaning.
And this time of year, does it make you want to cook more or bake more? For some people, it does.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I do like, I'm always the one that will come home for Thanksgiving and be like, all right, to my Hawaii family, I'll be like, we're going to have vegetables this Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Like not the vegetables from a can.
Right.
I do like cooking a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes me happy.
What is Melikalikimaka? What is the Hawaiian Christmas?
Oh, like a spread?
What would you say? Yeah.
Okay. Well, it was funny. I was just telling my friend, we all do turkeys. We all do there's like original fixings, and then some families will do more Asian style, or some people will have like certain Hawaiian foods. But for us, there's always rice. There's like 19 carbs already. So there's rice, there's mashed potatoes. Yeah, I love a carb on top of carb, mac salad. We would do like a couple of turkeys. So my brother would be outside in the yard, and he would deep fry a turkey, and then our school, we used to have this. With our horticultural class, we would dig an imu, which is like that big pit in the ground where Native Hawaiians would like cook all their food. And you could buy like a $20 pass, and you and your family could bring your turkey already in the pan, put it in the ground, wait a few hours, come back and pick it up, and you have Kahlua turkey. Oh my gosh. Kahlua pig just falls off.
Yeah.
The Kahlua turkey is beautiful. It's like juicy. So good.
See, I feel like that's the thing, because I normally don't like turkey, and then I recently had a turkey that was smoked.
Yes, very that.
And
like
it makes a difference.
Moist, yeah. I love a turkey leg, smoked turkey leg at like a Disneyland.
Yeah. Have you ever been to like the Renaissance Pleasure Fair where people are eating those things?
I did medieval times.
Okay, how was that?
Grog and a chicken and a turkey leg. It was
no
amazing.
Utensils, just your hands.
I thought I probably got whatever lead poisoning from the plate.
And that's fine. It's not IBS, it's lead poisoning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It led to the IBS.
I wanted to snatch my hair back and do a fall today, but I have no hair. But I want to know about your hair system, because everyone is in love with it.
You know what's so funny? We have to talk about the story. We were at Hamburger Mary's, and I remember it was like right when I moved here. We're in WeHo, and I was doing I'm a tranny. I can say it. I was doing my tranny do. Okay. It's kind of like Xanadu, that I learned at the baton from like Mimi Marks and Monica. Like I would put my hair in a bun and leave this hair out. I would put what looked like a Brillo pad, right? Jules would be like, "How do you make this piece of look good?"
Right.
I just put it on my hair and I would jack it up. And I remember Delta was like, "You just did that? Like you just did
like
that right
there in front of me."
And then twisting it up. I do love it good. I like pieces. I like blending my hair into things. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I've shared this story with other people, and I'm glad you're here because I have to share this story. And I don't care if people say, we already heard that. You're going to hear it again over and over and over and over. And there's a reason why you are every drag queen's favorite drag queen. There's many reasons, but one of the examples for me is I remember we were doing brunch in Long Beach one time, and you had some car trouble on the way there.
The car broke down.
Yeah, and you called and you said the cars broke down, but I'm gonna be there. Like I promise you, I'm gonna be there. And everyone was like, it's fine. Like we'll just run 3 people. You were like, no, I'm gonna be there. And she gets there as the host, Jules, is doing the monologue. You run in, you sit down. You just open up this case. You just pull your hair up. You're doing something with a twist and a knot. You pin it in. You pull this costume on while you're buckling shoes. She's buckling shoes and putting the costume on. And she's like, I'm ready to go. First out the gate. Not put me in the last lineup. Ready to go first out the gate. And I feel like that has everything to do with continental training. That has everything to do with the fact that you've worked in every bar for nickels or zillions of dollars. It's none of anybody's business. You do it. Like, you just do it. And that's what makes you everyone's favorite, because as I've said before, I know that you are absolutely comfortable eating $1 million dinner with somebody and sitting on the curb smoking a joint and eating a hot dog. There is an in-between where you never make anyone else feel like they are less or more or deserve less. Everybody deserves equal. That's you. That's why people love you. And you've always been that way. So when I think of this story you're telling, I'm like, no, I witnessed it. I watched it happen.
You were taking a video of it.
I was videoing. I was like, how is this
like,
happening?
You're not even looking at your hair. Like, you're not even looking in the mirror.
You were like this. And I said, what is she doing? And you walked out. I said, that's continental. That's just a dedication to, you're one of those people who I think takes seriously what you do, but not yourself.
Yes.
That's the magic of you. It's just,
it's not us. Like, we're vessels to pass on all our queer energy and love. It's not about us. Once you think it's about you, you're mistress.
But you always look like you're having fun. And I know you're working, but you always make it look fun.
Yeah.
What is that? Where does that come from?
I'm having fun. I love it. I love drag. I don't know anything else. And I like wake up loving, eating, breathing it. It's my best friend, my therapist. The longest relationship I could hold is drag. Also, like, I just like to be considerate of like my fellow castmates, you know? I'm like, I don't know. Trauma. It's from trauma. I need to be liked. So I have anxious attachment style.
Stop. No, but we do grow from all those experiences, right? I always tell people, like, when people say, oh, just get over this, get over that. I don't think we can ever get over things. We have to go through them, right?
Make room for it. Let it sit around, smoke a joint with it, and leave it be.
Right.
It's never going to leave.
How long does it take to smoke one whole joint? Does it just depend on how fat it is,
or like how stressed I am? Like, I could go through like a joint, like
a cigarette,
like Wendy Mooney on Romeo and Michelle. She did like the fast burning cigarettes.
But wait, what if somebody rolled a joint for you, but it was just tobacco? Would you just throw it? You can't do it.
Yeah, and I love my UK fans and angels, but we're a little like dry with weed in the UK.
Okay.
And some people, they kind of know, so they always bring meet and greets. They'll be like a joint, but everybody rolls theirs in the UK with like a spliff, so it's a little bit of tobacco and joint, and I was like getting headaches.
You can't do it.
No. But I do love, like, when I go out of the country, like I'm a Paris smoker or a Europe smoker, and I like those little Vogues.
Yeah.
Just for aesthetic.
What would you say is one of like the most interesting places you've traveled to recently?
I love Mexico City.
Okay.
Mexico City is really cool, really fun, beautiful architecture, fun nightlife. Whatever. Mexico, I love you. I got a menu of drugs.
Okay, tell me, like, what's on the menu?
It was like a notes on your iPhone.
Okay.
It went from like every type of cocaine, heroin, weed, bullets, adrenochrome, a child, like anything you could possibly imagine. They're selling there in Mexico City.
Now, and is it set like appetizer would be this?
Yeah. Or like your weed, your heroin, your K.
Where would heroin land, do you think, in that?
I mean, heroin probably show up a little late. Probably on the bottom. A little tired, a little groggy.
You are ridiculous. Why are you ridiculous?
Weed.
Do you ever, is there certain times a day where you're like, okay, this is when I smoke my joint, or is it just as it strikes your fancy? Do you have to wake up? Is it wake and bake?
I'm a wake and baker. I try, like, if I'm in an exercise, like, routine, I wake up early. I'll exercise so I can start smoking, because once I'm stoned, I'm not going to go work out. But if I wake and bake, that means I'm either like unable to work out or hungover. And it's that and like a lovely Taco Bell in my bed.
See, you have this balance that you really do, because you do enjoy fitness. You do enjoy that, keeping yourself viable. But then you also love to splurge on crazy foods, and you love weed.
Do. Yeah.
Why not have that? Have you always been that balanced?
I don't think I'm balanced at all.
You don't? I do. I think that's great.
Oh my God, I think the scale is askew. Yeah, I would say like I can party, but then I can like wrangle it in when I need to do a podcast right here.
Yeah. Actressing. That's just like, I
Actressing.
think that's just like one of your superhero powers is that ability to not just put it on, but you are present. You are able to, I feel like for some people, I feel like when they smoke weed, I'm like, dang, your personality
Right. It's like
changes.
Alma.
But it doesn't for
Check
you.
your battery.
I think it brings you to a different sort of consciousness.
Yeah. Well, I'm naturally like anxious, so I think it just
Yeah.
kind of calms me, makes me present. Yeah.
Yeah.
I smoke for you all. I
You
don't
do it
smoke
for
me.
us.
Yeah.
And that's what I appreciate.
You're welcome.
I thank you. Yeah.
So brave, right?
It is brave. I want to see you be brave.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what Sarah Bareilles said too. Let's take a break. We are back with Sasha Colby. Tell me about the strip tour.
Strip. It was a lot of dates. We did 22 cities last year, and we're about to do a strip 2 this 2025, adding like 33 cities now.
Jesus Christ.
It's been really great. It's not like your typical drag show.
Uh-huh.
It's a one-woman show, and it's me telling my stories, but in the way that I know how. I'm like you'll go to a Bianca Del Rio show, you'll know that she's gonna, give you stories and herself.
Mhm.
I'm not, I'm not like a comedian. I have like a special niche, and it is performing and telling stories through my dance. And that's really what it is about. And just kind of presenting drag in a different way, in a more like choose your own adventure. Like you watch it, it affected me this way, but how does it make you feel? And I kind of like turning the mirror on the audience. And I
Mhm.
feel like they kind of, I like them feeling awkward every now and then reflective about, oh wow, like I understand, like I can relate. Like a older, like in his 60s white guy who was like one of the, I think he was in like Phoenix, our show, and he was in charge of the venue, and he literally came up to me after. It was just like, I never seen a show like this. Like you're an artist, and it's like a cisgender straight man
Mhm.
understands what drag does, which is really
Right.
nice.
Right. What has anything weird happened on that tour? Like,
There was a random moment I'm calling Portland out. Portland. There were 4 drag queens there.
Okay.
They're gonna get their lives. They all snuck back into the dressing room without like credentials or anything,
Okay.
and like just sauntered into my dressing room. One of them, the other 3 got scared, and one came in, and I'm like stretching kind of like in half of my clothing, and my makeup artists and assistants are all there, and they look, and they're going off of my cue, and I didn't know this person, and he literally looks at me, he's like, hello, like wants me to get up from my stretching.
Oh no, I know what you're talking about.
And then I go, hi. And so I'm like kind of hugging him to give him the nonverbal cue to like go. He has overalls on. He's like, oh, I'm so-and-so, like a drag queen name. I go, oh, that's great. He's like, yeah, I have the key to the city. Like, I'm everyone you need to know. There's 3 other girls out there. We all tried to sneak in. I just told them that I was here and I forgot my pass. I'm like, you're telling the
Ew.
person that you are sneaking into my venue and making it unsafe? Why? And you came into my dressing room. Of course they were white.
Yes.
We kicked them out. We kicked all 4 of them out. And I will never see them again. But you got the key to the city, but you ain't never coming the key to my bedroom, to
about
my
that?
dressing room.
That's gross.
Bold.
Yeah.
Bold.
But there's always those people that like
And was bragging that they got through.
Right. You know what it is there's these people that feel like they have to take this person down a notch or
Oh
something.
yeah.
You're not all that. I'm in here doing this, and they're
Welcome
stirring
to
their
my
drink.
city.
Yeah, I'm the one here. What did the girl? I was working somewhere and I was trying to be familiar, and I was trying to think of, I wanted to have a real conversation, and I was a guest at the show, and I was like, so what do you do here? Like, do you host or? And she goes, honey, I'm the girl that gives you this. I said, I'm sorry, what?
Sorry, flies? What?
She said, I give you this. I said, well, let me tell you something. It's more than I'm doing. So you knock yourself out. Earlier, we were talking about how you just can twist your hair up into whatever, but you have an actual product that everyone can use.
Yes.
Tell us about it.
I came up with my own ponytail line. I love a good ponytail, but I wanted to do something because I hand sew my own, and
Right.
it's like human hair. It costs a lot of money, but it's beautiful. But that's not really attainable for a lot of people. So I wanted to make all the knowledge I had from making my own ponytail and like all like how to sew it and all that. But manufacture in a way that was like price point of, our drag fans, not like crazy, but it's a really great synthetic and it's 28, 36, and 40 inches now.
Wow.
Yeah. And we're
Wow.
about to launch also our extensions. So we'll have tracks that we can put in it as well. And we're just kind of growing on our hair journey. Yeah, I'm excited.
I love that. Does it come in like a certain color line or?
Yes, the 28 comes in about 10 different shades.
Oh,
yeah, so we cover all different gamuts, every hair color. There's a couple of redheads, a couple of brunettes, a couple of ombres. The 36, we only did like the best selling colors. So there's
Makes sense.
4, and it's really easy. I really wanted to work on an ombre where, say, a girl with darker hair could be a blonde, just for that day and feel okay. So we try to make it where it's adaptable to a lot of different customers. And then the 40 right now, just for right now, it's only in Midnight Rendezvous, which is our black because that's the highest selling.
I like that name.
Midnight Rendezvous.
Yeah.
You know what my orange is?
What?
Autumn Sunrise.
Yes, it is. Ooh,
By
I
Orlando. Do you
live.
like it?
Well, you know what's interesting too about that, and you mentioned like the ombre. I remember for many years I used to have long hair, so it came just below my shoulders, and I would like, I didn't have the best hairline, so I would like part it on the side or spray the side or stick flowers. Like there's so many ways to disguise, and then if you want to change the color, you can't be afraid of putting on a color and then figuring out a way to twist your hair into just different ways to conceal and then suggest
Blend,
you're a
yeah.
blonde.
It suggests for a blonde
Yeah.
because everybody could be ombre.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Totally. That makes so much sense. Not everybody knows this, but you lived with Kylie during the pandemic. The two of you lived together.
Yeah.
Any crazy stories about the
Oh.
two of you together? Because she's insane.
My God, we did. We did one night. It was we were doing our pandemic drag shows. So she had one
Right.
drag show, and then I had a drag show. And this is like sweatpants on the bottom. I'm I have like one foot on the fan, the other one on the light, and I'm like doing all that. And
I told you she multitasks. Like you truly, I've seen it, and she's telling you, even unprovoked, you had to do this.
and we were doing our drag show, and then we both had to do some sort of like trans panel. So we
Okay.
were on like a Zoom panel, and we did that. And then Matt Flynn
Mhm.
had Ubered us the hugest bottle of whiskey,
Oh my God.
and we drank that that day. We drank the
Really?
whole thing. Went on live,
Smashed.
smash. You ask Vicky, ask Detox, ask everybody was watching it. We were trannies gone wild.
Jesus.
Just in our tuck it ups, like lip syncing, pouring the liquor on us. It was so loud.
Oh my God. Do you normally drink whiskey? Do you like whiskey?
Not after that was the last time.
Really?
Yeah, that did it. I was a Jameson gal for a while, but
Uh-huh.
that did it.
Do you have a drink of choice?
Double Grey Goose on the rocks.
Okay. Just clean.
Clean.
You like
Yeah,
that?
unadulterated alcohol.
If you say neat, when somebody orders a drink neat, that's just like one ice cube, right?
Or no ice, I think.
Or no ice.
Yeah, neat.
I couldn't do that. I have to have
Yeah.
iced beverages. Do you like ice in your beverages?
Yeah.
What's your favorite kind of ice?
I like a crushed, or the ones that are now like a circle with a little hole.
Oh my gosh, so good.
right?
Right, because I want it to shrink down to where it's really thin
Uh-huh.
and I want to hear it shatter. Yes. That's the way to do it.
Yes.
Do you like Coca-Cola or Diet Coke or Coke Zero? Do you have a
I'm a
preference? Or maybe-
Coca-Cola.
You like Coca-Cola?
Yeah, I'm just I'll do all the sugar.
Uh-huh. Well, Paris Hilton, and I quote Paris Hilton sometimes, she said, only fat people drink Diet Coke. And she's kind of right.
Wow.
She's kind of right. I don't think she was fat shaming. I think she was just assigning what she saw.
Fat people and Jennifer Aniston.
And Jennifer Aniston. My bones are whittled away from drinking so much carbonation. I know it. That's why I just creak and crack everywhere I go. Plus, I don't move. Unless I have to go to the bathroom, I'm not going to move my body at all.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like the last 2 days I was in my bed, like I probably like needed to be turned so I wouldn't have bed sores. Like, yeah.
Damn,
Talk
you were
about
that
balance. Yeah, I'll go hard for 2 days and then be out for 2
Now, what's
days.
going hard for 2 days? What would be happening?
Or like we'd do like a Thursday, Friday, Saturday
Gigs.
with a brunch and then a double on Saturday kind of thing. And then I
Mhm.
have to rest for like Sunday, Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Like But then that's when it's really good drag shows
Yeah.
on Sundays and Mondays.
Do you have like a set, like if you're going to do lip sync numbers, do
Mm.
you have like, this is what I do at brunch versus this is what I do for like one pop-up number?
Yeah.
Do you have that?
Yeah, for sure. Like my formula, if I have to do 3 numbers in a drag show, it is always start out with a gown because I can't do my dancey like first
Okay. Warm up.
because
a
then
little
there
bit.
would be like, we saw everything. So I ease them in like an old man in a hot bath,
Ooh.
you know? Balls hits way before the ass, you know? So I
Yeah.
do a ballad and then I go naked and then I dance in a leotard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Balls before the ass
Yeah.
is really how
yeah.
you do it.
Balls first.
Because this is, again, I feel like this is a PSA, but it really is the truth. These are reasons why drag queens love Sasha Colby, because you have to know your audience, right? You're screaming into the void if you say, I'm going to go to brunch and I'm going to do this really conceptual number where I pour blood on myself and you're
Not for
wasting your time.
360 brunch drag.
you
no,
can't.
you need a spotlight for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're doing something that is where maybe it's people's first time seeing a drag show, let them sing. Let them do the song. Just put on something flashy and cute. Do your song. They're going to go, oh, I went to this drag show and it was brunch and they sparkled and I knew the song and they made me feel so good. Because it's their party.
It, yeah. Especially for like a brunch moment.
Yeah. But if you're doing a queer audience at 11 o'clock at night on a Tuesday, you can do whatever you want.
And they're all like,
because they're going to judge. Because they're going to judge. Yeah.
And they're always like, I see your point.
Yeah.
After your number.
I see your point. What about dancing on a box at the Abbey?
Hey, highly recommend it.
Yeah.
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 It was good times.
Yes.
I was the first trans go-go dancer ever at the Abbey, which was really cool. I moved here. I always tell the story, but I've never told it to you, but I always say it about you. When I first moved here, I was Miss Continental already, but nobody really knew about pageant or drag or trans drag, really. There was Fantasia L'Amour and Sonique, and they were more in Long Beach.
Right.
So no one really in WeHo was doing drag, and a lot of my friends were like, why are you going to move there? Like, that's like more boy drag. And I was like, I don't know, let's just see. All my friends are here. I want to act, and I want to do this stuff. And I remember I could not get a drag show booking anywhere, and you were the first one to give me my booking at
Oh my
Showgirls
gosh.
at the old Rage.
At Rage, yeah.
Because there's only so many shows and so many girls, so everyone's pretty territorial, and I had to wait my turn. But honestly, like, just to kind of get my name out, I started go-go dancing. 1, because I needed money. 2, my body is rocking, and
hey, that's what I'm talking about.
And then all of a sudden people started, I remember Marco, I'm going to call Marco out. He came up to the box one day. He was like, everybody's talking about you. And I never really got you, but I get you right now.
Damn. Why? He didn't see it.
He didn't see it.
I used to know a girl that would say, she would say, oh, I don't see that. I don't see her. And I remember going like,
get glasses.
What does that mean? And she's like, no. I'm like, she was right there. She said, no, I saw her, but I don't see her. I remember thinking like, that is so up like that, but I use it to this day, right? Because those are those situations where you're like, it's not that I'm mad at you. Like when people go, oh, you don't like that person. It's not that I don't like them. It's just I don't with them.
Yeah.
I need to be here and they need to be there, right?
Yeah, I was reading Anderson Cooper's. He wrote about his family, Vanderbilts, and then the Astors. He wrote a book, and so he was talking about the Astors and his mom, Gloria Vanderbilt, and they were at like the Russian tea room, and Anderson Cooper's mom would never say anything bad about anybody, but this is what I love to do. It's like I don't see her, but Gloria Vanderbilt went. She didn't really move me.
Oh, I live for that. There's like shade, like good shade, like that.
That's wasp shade. It's wasp shade.
If you were at Zippy's right now, what would you eat?
Okay, go to Zippy's is chili and fried chicken with cheese on the chili, extra mac salad. So it's 2 scoops of rice and 2 scoops of mac salad.
Ooh, that sounds good.
And then if you really want to go off, the cornbread.
Okay.
They grill it and butter it,
Okay.
and it's like a nice big square.
Uh-huh.
I'll eat one, and then I'll take one home because when you eat something in a restaurant, I don't know, you're not a big pothead, but when I'm eating something, I will stop, save it because I know it will taste better in my bed with a joint. Oh, so good.
Now, do you ever do a munchie meal from Jack in the Box? Do you know what these are?
I've tried.
And it's not all that.
It just seems so Gen Z. Like
Oh,
I
okay.
need. I'm a purist. I want the Mexican pizza
Mhm.
that's a little soggy by the time it gets to
Yep.
me. I want 4 soft taco supremes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why does the lettuce always smell like perfume?
Oh.
It tastes like chemical.
Well, and I think when it's shredded, it feels weird between your teeth. You
It's
know
like
what I mean?
squeaky.
Yes.
Yes.
What is that?
I don't know, but I feel like I'm eating Dawn
Uh-huh.
soap.
Okay.
Not the drag queen.
So you don't do a munchie meal, but you would do this other meal. Now, I've only been to, and I want to say, because I always hear people say Hawaii, but isn't it Hawaii?
Hawaii.
I want to. I want it to
that
sound
Okina,
beautiful when I
that
say it.
Apostrophe.
My
Hawaii.
problem is when I say something and I know it's the proper way to say it, I feel like people go, "Oh, good. Now that you're saying it right, say all the rest of the words right." And I'm like, "No. I was just trying to floss. Like I knew, like, oh no, I know better than this. Like, and I don't." But I've only been one time, and I worked at Scarlet.
Yes.
And I had a
remember that.
blast.
I think it was there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I swear, when the doors opened, it was like every single person there was like, royalty is here. Like they just treated me, and I felt like it wasn't about Drag Race. It was about something else. Like I felt so beautiful. Like I felt really beautiful. I felt like they were so welcoming, and I feel like that's just the islands in general.
Aloha spirit.
Yeah,
It's
it
Aloha
really,
spirit,
it truly feels that way. But also, I had a moco loco for the first time.
Ooh.
And we were there for 4 days, and I had to eat it every
Every
single day.
Oh my gosh. A hamburger steak, gravy, and a fried egg. Jeez Louise.
Right.
Oh.
I mean, and it's the example of the homemade that you think you're making at home. And I think I can make it at home. It's not the same.
Not the same.
No, it's fine, but it's not the same.
Yeah.
Something
Yeah.
different about it.
Yeah. Oh,
Ooh.
so good.
I would actually like to get, what is the pit called where you put the
Emu.
emu?
An emu pit. Yeah.
I would like to sleep in an emu. I would love that because I get so cold. But also, I tell people all the time, I'm part pig because I love corn. I love anything corn based. And I think I'm part pig. So if I was to sleep in there, I think I would get ate out. You know what I mean?
For sure.
I would.
Yeah. By some hot Hawaiian guy.
But they would be like, this
Oh.
meat's all fat.
No, they'd be like, ooh, the fatty part, good.
Well, I told I think it was Sonique was here. When Kylie was here, we shared this conversation about like if you were to be cannibalized, like I always say, I would luck out in that situation.
Oh, I'm eating you first.
No, I don't think you
I'm
would.
tough.
You don't want
Rubbery.
that's what people want
Whoa,
is the
and
meat,
silicone.
the muscle. They want that.
They would get silicone poisoning.
But they wouldn't know. I would live forever. That's why I don't exercise. So, because I want to live through cannibalism.
Oh, so when the zombie apocalypse.
I'd be alive.
Calling you up.
I'd be here to tell the story of Sasha Colby, of Kylie Sonique, of everyone. I could share the message.
Yeah. Or if the zombie apocalypse does happen, dig an emu, hide.
Right.
Yeah. And
Just
then,
don't set it on fire.
don't set it on fire.
No.
Yeah. But hide for a bit. Let them all run through.
Yeah.
And you're fine.
What do you want for Christmas?
A 9-inch dick with $1 million wrapped around it?
Oh.
Yeah.
See, if you don't put out there what you want, you're not going to get it.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to be honest. No bullshit. You can't just say, I want a dick.
That was like,
Because there's plenty of them out there.
I took no beat. I that's what
Right.
I want.
Wrapped in how
Wrapped in
much?
$1 million.
$1 million.
Yeah.
What would you do with $1 million if it just one check came to you, just one? Because collectively that could happen, but
Yeah.
in one check,
In one check? Probably, well, can't buy a house here.
I know, right?
Like, probably buy a house in
This
Missouri.
2-bedroom apartment available for you.
I'll buy a beautiful mansion in Houston
Okay,
for like $200,000.
if you can have like the dream home, everybody has like an
Oh.
aesthetic that they like, right?
Yes.
Like I love old Victorian homes, and I post them all the
Yeah.
time. I'm constantly like, oh, I want to fix this one up. Is there something? Would you like a Greek estate? Would you like?
Okay, I'm a mid-century modern U-shaped house.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have the cul-de-sac in the front. You
Mhm.
walk up the big stairs, and it's immediately you can see through the house. And there's a pool and like barbecue all in the yard. So as soon as you walk in, you see everything.
Mhm.
I'm really paranoid, and I want to be in every part of my house, and I can see every part of my house. I don't want stairs. I don't want creaks. I don't want ghosts. You know what I'm saying?
I've never heard anyone verbalize that. See, when I moved I lived my whole adult life in the same apartment, literally the same unit. And then when I finally moved into my house, I believed that people were frogging. Do you know what frogging is? It's where they live in your home and you don't see them. Because I was hearing the central air going off, and I'd never had central air before. And I could hear the crinkling and I was like, I can't see who's in these rooms.
I hate a second floor.
Oh, I
I
don't
need
need
a creak,
it.
a crack. No, I just kind of want to see everything.
Yeah.
And it would be living room, office, lounge, kitchen. And then all this side would be drag room, bathroom, my own bedroom, and then 2 guest bedrooms there.
Yeah.
And I would have my own outdoor shower stall.
Oh, I bet.
You know, and then outside would be like and I want the same house in a few different spaces. Like I want one here.
This is perfect.
I want one in Hawaii, and I want one maybe in like, I don't know, Italy. But it's the same house, same layout, so I always feel at home wherever I am.
Oh my God. This is like an epiphany because I've never heard anyone else say that. But is this trauma related for us or something? I don't know.
No, I think it's like just my like OCD or like kind of like just, I think it, we travel so much and there's so many hotels and, sometimes, when you travel so much and you wake up and your eyes aren't open yet and you're like, where am I? And it's like, I don't like that. I feel it's very jarring. So if I can at any point, I have control issues. So I want to be in control of whatever I can.
Yeah, that makes so much sense. I'm a little bit crazy in that sense where like, say I have a gig and it's going to be on Friday night in another state. I not only want to be there the day before. I want to be there when it's check-in time.
Yes, don't bring me at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Don't do that to me, please.
Don't bring me at 9 in the morning.
No, I want to have my laid out. I want to know where everything is.
I'm definitely not doing I'm flying in on that day because every time I do that, I've been fine. But every time I say, I start saying like, I'm going to go a day early, and I always have flight problems.
Always.
And I'm like, imagine if this was the day. I would miss the whole flight. I would miss the whole show.
Screwed. Let's take a break. We are back with Sasha Colby. Now, this is the part of the show called Read Me Delta. Read Me Delta! People will send in letters with questions, concerns. Sometimes they need advice, which I love. So if you do send your letter to readmedelta@gmail.com, we will eventually get it. But I do feel bad if we don't answer the question because, listen, how I'll also start talking and then this conversation goes absolutely nowhere. So I appreciate you even engaging in any of this because you are able to answer a question.
And I love a good tangent.
You do?
Yeah. I'm tangent sexual.
But how do you not go on a tangent? See, I think because of being in pageantry, you know how to address a question and answer it within an amount of time.
Well, I didn't know for the 4 times I lost, but the
5th
but the last time I finally got it, I literally, my friends are like, stop talking, just say thank you, just say thank you. You answer the question.
Is there a designated amount of time that you're told, or is it just something you should know?
Yeah, it's either when the girl does. Like if you're caught to 3 and she's still thinking, or there's always like they just said it, the audience is like cracking up and like cheering, and then she does a walk forward. Like she's got something else to say, and I'm like, you better say thank you in that walk forward.
I see.
I
see.
Good night.
You have to take those context clues.
Yeah.
You have to just read the room essentially.
You gotta.
Yeah.
And a lot of the people when they're like, oh, she answered it, and they start clapping to tell them to stop.
That's a mess. Yeah, that would be so unnerving to not know, what the right way is.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen somebody answer a question and you're just like, girl, that had nothing to do with the question?
Oh, at least 3 times a pageant. Out of the top 5, 3 of them.
Are there ever people who you're just like, you see them in pageants and you think, the only category you're good in is answering the question, but everything else you're a mess.
But you can't get to the question because you have to be good at things. It's always the one when the girl was so good all night and then she starts stuttering and it's like, girl, see you next year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love your hair.
That's
hope you win.
Sad.
Yeah.
That's sad. Okay. Dearest Delta and Sasha, have you ever been in an open relationship? If so, was it something you tried with your partner once or was it something longer than once? Delta, I imagine you at a secret invite only DTLA sex club, arriving with the red pickup truck guy, wearing an ash blonde balayage beach wave wig, Leg Avenue black lace crotchless one piece bodysuit, Louis Vuitton gladiator strappy sandals, wrapped around and over your legs and knee, freshly dabbed vagina with Chanel Mademoiselle perfume, walking seductively throughout the sex club, holding the red pickup truck driver's hand. Slater's Dramatic is playing in the background as you make eye contact with another couple's wife. You signal them to meet you in the playroom with the dungeon aesthetic. You turn around to the red pickup driver and say, you can only watch while I'm getting 8, and that doesn't count as cheating because she and I are both females. Delta, is this something you've done or would do? Please tell us. Love always, Labearja. Do you know Jose Labearja?
That
He's
makes
a nightmare.
fucking sense. That makes absolute sense. When you said who it was.
Once it started,
No, I thought it was gonna be like all that question mark. Like that was the question.
he's a nightmare. So back in the day at Peanuts, there used to be this dude that would drive around. He would drive around in a red pickup truck, and he only wanted to talk to the girls that had red acrylics. And his preference wasn't even like, I want a thin girl, I want a big girl, I want a quote unquote passable girl. It didn't matter as long as she had her red nails in the red pickup truck.
Ooh.
Yeah. Isn't that weird? I mean, everyone has their proclivity.
Yeah.
I hold the space for it. Like whatever you're into, you're into.
Oh, babe.
And you will know this too. Like there's been so many show like there'll be drag shows, right? And then there'll be nights at a club where people are like, oh, this is trans night. But then you're like, well, I'm not sure if it's trans night or you're calling it that because I see mostly like these are cross dressers or whatever. And
bricks with tits.
Yeah. And this is an umbrella. So we're welcoming of everyone. But there's like certain people promoting a night where you're like, I don't know if you really identify with that community as much as you're just making money off of that community.
Right.
That's vastly different. And so like we kind of always knew our place when we were kids coming up. Like we would go to Peanuts, we would go to
And
Viva
Peanuts
Show.
was like a club.
It was
and
a
then
club.
next door was like the restaurant you guys would all go to?
So the French Market was next door,
And
but
the Yukon?
Yukon was up the
Okay,
street.
okay,
yeah.
okay.
And we always knew that like Friday nights was like a drag show and then trans performers were in it. And then Monday was mostly the trans show.
Ooh.
And so you always knew that you sort of had this opportunity to participate. But we also knew like these were all of our aunties, you know, like as somebody who identifies as a gay man who does drag, it is all appropriated from trans women. You know what I mean? So to not hold that up and revere that and speak to that all the time is crazy to me.
Yeah.
Because those are the shoulders that we're standing on. Right. But speaking of standing on shoulders and open relationships, have you ever been in an open relationship?
Yeah, my last relationship, actually. Yeah. Actually, as a trans woman, I've probably been in an open relationship in every relationship. I just didn't know until after.
Right.
Yeah, there was always a cis straight woman that looked exactly like me that he was also dating.
Yeah.
But an actual open relationship was a poly moment. Yeah. I enjoy it. It was good.
I think in no matter what your relationship is, as long as there's an understanding and there's a clarity. We had somebody write a letter in who was saying he was a young guy and he had 2 older gentlemen who had a lot of money and they wanted him to be with them and he could do whatever he wanted, but he wanted to be with them. And he said, is it wrong of me to be in this relationship with these people who say to me, we have money that we're willing to share with you. We don't want you to have to suffer for anything. This is our agreement.
Yeah.
And my answer was, go do
it.
what you want to do.
Yeah. Also, like if they're asking for you, like value yourself and know that you're gonna. Sex work is work. Like it's a job.
Work.
And if they want you, it's not because they're like it gives you an opportunity to use them. They want to pay for your company. So as long as you're good company, then you earn your money.
Right.
Don't feel guilty. But you better work for that coin, honey.
I mean, we all have to look at ourselves in the mirror every single day, you know, and as long as we're at peace with what it is we're doing and who we're not hurting,
Yeah.
What does it matter? I mean, we're on this planet just barreling
Barely.
through.
I'm barely on this planet.
We're barely on this planet.
This dumpster
Right.
fire.
Do your thing. Just, be mindful that you're not hurting anyone.
Yeah.
But
sure.
the red truck guy, I like this story. I like this idea.
That gives like a Sniffies post.
Yeah.
Like it's just a tangent that these sniffy people will go off. It's hilarious.
Do you remember back in the day, like all the opportunities on Craigslist?
Misconnections?
Yes. There's one that floats around all the time, and it's like, the guy says, I was in the
grocery store
and
you
farted.
And still wanted to see her.
He still wanted to see her. He wanted to see her more.
Yeah.
Because he was like, you were real with me. You blew your ass out in the Trader Joe's.
Show King.
Oh, well. Oh, well. Yeah, no, Craigslist was like no man's land.
It was
you
so
could do
cool.
anything on there.
I mean, and I was pretty young, so I was just catfishing pedophiles on there.
Oh.
Yeah. And that's me actually transitioning for the first time, was transitioning cyberly.
Okay.
Like I was a little kid, but I was a full-on woman avatar on my MSN, ASL. Girl.
Right. I can remember back in the day when there was the AOL, the chat rooms.
Mm-hmm.
There was a chat room called SoCali She-Mails. That was the word. And then there was SoCali CDs, TVs for males or something like that. Yeah, I mean, it was just such a. But we were also like stealing music from the internet on LimeWire, right? We were doing all of that.
Oh my gosh. It's like the era where like you couldn't talk on the phone because you're on the internet.
Right.
Yeah.
And you would hear that dial-up go. Yeah. Oh my gosh, what a different time. Okay, dear Delta and fabulous guest, greetings. I love you so much, BB. I have a question for you. What's your ideal very Delta and very Sasha day? Starting with the moment you wake up to the time you go to bed. Give us details. Sincerely, very Jordan. What's a very Sasha day? If you could just do whatever.
Like non-drag, non-travel day? Like a down day? Well, if I'm not doing drag and I'm home, it's like because we wake up and like have to immediately leave the hotel and get onto the plane. I'm a slow riser, I think of a Diana Vreeland. She didn't actually get dressed until noon. She had her coffee, she did her emails. I like to do all my things like in the bed, slowly rise up. I like to make a nice breakfast.
Okay.
Enjoy a good coffee. Then we do our breakfast blunts. And like honestly, I people so much. Like, meet and greets 100 people at a time and you're just, absorbing all that. I'm pretty like introverted when I don't have to do drag or like I have to people. Like I could stay indoors I could be a hermit for like 2 days.
See, I very much agree with that.
Yeah. And like pandemic time, a couple of my friends were going through it. They were like, I'm having like a mental breakdown because I haven't seen people. I was so happy. Like I didn't see people for 2 weeks and that was 2 weeks too short.
No, I totally agree with that. I feel like I love meet and greet. It's probably my favorite
like
part,
that.
and I know you
and
do
it gets
too.
you excited because you see them before you do the show, and then you have friendly faces in the front.
Right.
Gets you like amped up. I hate when after.
Right. Oh, you don't like it after?
I don't like it after.
Really? See, I kind of like it after.
Yeah.
I do, just because for me, normally my shows, like, I've been fortunate to be able to take this on the road. And so what I like is the ability for people to not have a preconceived notion. So I feel like if they for a second are like, ooh, she was talking to that person longer than me, she's probably a like, I already know people said she's a so now, and I'm like, I don't
kind of
know.
Then that messes with your
Right, it messes with my head.
I get that.
So I'd rather them hear me and present and then talk to them after.
I get that.
But as we love that meet and greet, just as you said, the quiet time is so important. Like it really is just to decompress. It's not because we don't like the people.
No.
It's I want you to get 100% of me.
Yeah. And also like, I don't know, as a bit of an empath, like I will have to take an energy rinse, like I'll have to like come home and like rinse because I don't know whose energy I'm carrying. There's a lot of trauma dumping and also like a lot of like praise and you have to filter it out. But then I take home things. I'm like, am I upset or was it the girl that was just crying about her mom, passing away?
Wait, this is a totally real question. When you say energy rinse, like is that
for me water? Like I just have to like get in the water or get in the shower and physically wash the energy off of me.
And I'm asking you like being real just because I've never heard that phrase before, and that does make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Wow.
Went around too many people and things. I just because I start to like spiral and I don't know why am I sad? I should be really
Mhm.
happy. Oh, it's probably someone else's energy that's on me.
That makes a lot of sense, and I really have not heard that. Perfect day for me, honestly, waking up late, of course. Lunch is my favorite meal of the day. I love going to lunch, and I want to go like 1:00-ish, and I want to go somewhere where I'm tucked in a corner, and I want it to be quiet, and I want to be there
Lighting.
for
Nice pub lighting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just kind of quiet. Usually if I go to a restaurant that has bar seating, like a couple of tables in the bar, I want to sit like in one of those like
High
low
top?
top.
Sure. Okay, low top.
Like a low top little club chair. And I want to be there. And then I always say I'm going to go walk it off. Like, oh, let's go walk it off. And what that means is like, let's go to Ross, Marshalls, TJ Maxx, look around at I don't need, right?
Yeah.
Try to get 10% off because there's something broken on it. That's what I'm going to do. And then after that walking it off, I feel like I'm going to need like an iced coffee or an iced tea. You know, I always sing the praises of Diet Coke. I love Diet Coke. But, you know, my usual go-to first is iced tea.
I know that. I know that
love
about
iced
you.
tea.
Yeah.
I do. I'll take it sweetened. I don't like the sweet tea.
No.
I like it. I like to put a little packet of something.
Own, yeah.
Or just drink it with no sweetener in it at all. Just some lemon. Like I like that.
I love that.
Yeah.
How much ice?
I'm gonna say if this is the glass, I want a lot of iced tea because a lot of ice because I want it fresh brewed and that's gonna melt
little
the
warm,
ice. So I don't want it to be any less than probably a third. When I'm drinking it, I want there to be a third
Still
of the cup
left, yeah.
with ice.
Yeah. I fill it to the brim.
I don't even mind if I go to like 7-Eleven and I get my cup, filling it all the way with ice and then putting the soda in. And even though there's only that, I'll get me a bottle and I'll just leave it in the car. That way I can, right?
Ooh, residual ice. Yeah.
I want to chew ice. I want it all.
I can't chew ice after these.
Yeah, but you know what? That's a sacrifice you make for beauty. I mean, that's, you
It
know,
is.
if you want what you want. I always think like, don't get old and don't get, you know, I rarely wear red lipstick because it's running everywhere. I talk too much. I have spit in the corner of my mouth, but we make sacrifices for what you have to make sacrifices for. Teeth, eyelashes, hair.
Poor thing. I love ice cream and I can't eat my favorite Rocky Road anymore because the nuts.
Yeah.
To think I can't do nuts anymore.
Well, you can, just in a different way.
Well, thank you.
There's ways that you were always able to do them, and you'll always move forward that way,
They
butterfly.
called me Sasha Spits,
Oh.
not swallows.
I don't buy that. I don't buy that for a second.
No, I'm that girl. I'm like, do not come in my hair, in my face.
Oh.
No.
But what if there was $1 million check on the 9-inch dick?
Maybe the tits.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine, because you can wipe that away.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm stunned by that. I'm thinking about that now. Not in your hair?
No, my gosh, that's the worst.
Did you have a bad experience or you've just never experienced
I'm just
it?
that girl. Like, don't grab my hair. Don't, like, it's going in a bun. I'm a Hawaiian girl. It's going to go in a bun. When I eat a dick, it's the same way as I eat my food. Top
In
knot.
a bun. But what about if they want to see all the hair? Like,
They didn't pay the booking fee.
right. Right.
Yeah. You don't get the whole Sasha Colby experience. You get Sasha Colby.
Sasha Colby. See, this is, again, I mean, we started this conversation with this, and this is where we go back to. I'm telling you.
We answered 2 letters.
You go, like, you, there's this awareness about you. Of
I was ready to volley, babe. I was ready tonight.
but I told Doug, our producer and our editor, I said, this is what you have to understand about Sasha. Sasha has cultivated a life through pageantry, through performing, through doing all these different things, Drag Race, traveling the world. I think you're the only person I know who has created this opportunity for yourself, achieved it on several platforms, that if it was taken away from you tomorrow, I think
Thank
that
God. Give it to the next girl. I'm
But I
done
think-
being the
See?
hero.
See what I mean?
These shoulders are sore from carrying the weight of
You
season
laugh
15.
through everything, but it's true. But I really think you're that one person that would be like, I'd be all right.
Yeah.
I'd be all right. I think you would just go right back into what you were doing. You would say, you know what? It was a great ride. I'm cool.
Yeah. That's what I said, November 6th. If it all done, I'm good.
And I know that about you.
Yeah.
Like, I know that you're not a defeatist, and you're not you're not thinking disaster. I think you just survive
Yeah.
through everything.
Yeah.
That's the takeaway I always have of you. I always feel welcomed. I feel when I'm around you, I feel beautiful. I feel loved. And I think that's why you're everyone's favorite, because you instill that in everyone.
I just mirror who I'm looking at.
That's so sweet. Thank you for being here.
Love you.
You're going to make me cry, because whenever, there's just certain people I'm around that when I'm around them, I feel like I'm in the presence of a celebrity, regardless of what you've achieved. You've always just carried yourself that way. I'm gushing. And if you don't like it in the comments, oh, well, I'm going to kiss my friend's ass because I love her.
And we haven't seen each other in forever.
And we haven't. And it's great. It's great
Thank
to see.
you.
This is what we need to see.
I've
now more
been
than
waiting
ever.
to do this show for so long.
so glad.
Oh, I love it. I'm so
You're-
happy to be here.
Too bad you missed out on the ranch tasting.
Oh, did I? Did you already do it?
Oh, well,
I didn't
that's all right. Next
know.
time, what would we taste?
What do I be good at a blind taste? Have you done fries yet from different
I
places?
haven't, but you know what I've never done on this show and I actually haven't done since college? I haven't smoked a joint since I was in college.
Oh, babe.
I would probably have to do that with you.
Yeah, like you have to be supervised.
I would have
for
to do-
sure.
I would have to do a joint, a bong,
Oh,
something else, and something
okay,
else, and decide
joint,
which
a
is the best
bong.
thing.
Okay.
I know how to
I
make a
can
bong
do
out of an
this.
apple.
I can
Raja
do
taught
this.
me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she would.
When I was little, she taught me. I was a child, a drag child. Anyway, thank you for being
Oh my
here.
gosh, love
This is the
you.
best.
Hey, guys.
Thank you all so much for listening and watching Very Delta. Our show comes out every Monday. Subscribe to Mom Podcast YouTube channel and turn on your notifications so you never miss an episode. Search for Very Delta on your favorite podcast apps to listen to the audio-only version if you can't handle all the beauty of Sasha Colby. You can also sign up for our premium offerings on Mom Plus Gold by visiting mompodcast.plus, where you get weekly episodes of more Very Delta. Don't forget to send all of your questions to readmedelta@gmail.com. You can follow me on Instagram at DeltaWork. And where can people follow you on social media?
You can follow me, not on Twitter.
Twitter.
You can follow me on Instagram, Blue Sky, Sasha Colby.
I've heard about Blue Sky.
know.
Everyone's going there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got to do that. I don't have a Twitter. I haven't had one for a long, long time, like when I got rid of Facebook.
Yeah.
But I think Blue Sky sounds fun.
Blue Sky sounds fun.
Yeah, and it kind of looks similar, so it's the formatting is
Yeah, I'm not completely like, oh
Right.
no, where's
Did
my
you ever-
send button?
Did you ever look on Tumblr? Do you remember Tumblr?
Oh yes, I think I was on Tumblr for a while.
Oh, you were on Tumblr.
Under what is that misconnection? CDs.
CDs for mail.
I thought it was electronics.
You thought it was
TVs and
yeah.
CDs.
Yeah. Do you remember when we used to burn CDs?
hmm
Wow.
Yeah, with our cigarettes, right? Just cross dressers.
CDs burning CDs. We'll see you all next week, and until then, keep things very merry, Delta. Very Delta is produced by Moguls of Media, aka Mom. Hosted by Delta Work. Produced and edited by Doug Robertson. Technical direction by Margot Padilla. With original theme music by Will Pitts. Media and design support by Stone Cold. And set design by Eris Sevilla. Executive produced by Alaska, Willem, Big Dipper, Camille Stennis, and Joe Cilio. Recorded at Forever Dog Productions. My guy.
Mom!
To listen to Very Delta ad-free, one day early, and to get access to more Very Delta and all of Mom Podcast's premium content, check out Mom Plus Gold at mompodcast.plus.